All right, hey, I'm with Bill Browder, WA5AVO. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great. Praise God, He gave me another day.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk a little louder because there's noise in here, but I agree with you.
Yeah, every day is a blessing now.
I'll tell you, this guy right here was my first contact back in 1964, and I think I cried when I made that contact. I cried, guys, for you. Back in the olden days, it wasn't as easy as it is today. Bill, you've been licensed how long now?
I was not licensed in 61.
1961, okay. I got mine in 64. Let me tell our people out there, I hope they're hearing this. I got my novice license, and I called CQ, my very first contact. I was using a Westinghouse 9-transistor AM radio. It wasn't made for ham radio. It had AM on it, and it had shortwave band on it, but the 80-meter band was about a quarter of an inch long. So you can imagine the novice band was very, very short. Anyway, no BFO. I make a call. To copy CW, I had a signal generator beating against it to make a side tone. And this guy right here, WA5AVO, answered me. What do you think when you got that first contact with me? Did you know?
No. I knew you was close, though.
Well, could you tell I was inexperienced?
Oh, a little bit.
Do you remember that contact? I remember it. Now, you may not because it was my first.
I do. I remember it.
So we're in a little town, 1,000 people. I didn't even know another ham was there, and Bill was there. I think I cried. I copied maybe his call. That was about it. But I got enough to figure out who he was, and somehow I found out he was in town, probably because he was so loud. And I went over there and saw him, and then that's when our friendship started, and he really helped me build a lot of stuff and learn a lot about ham radio.
Yeah, you've come a long way, son.
Well, from 16 years old, you don't know a whole lot, and you get a lot of experience over the years, and I can't believe it. We were talking about getting old. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm already retired now.
You're doing well, son. You've done well.
Well, oh, boy, I tell you. And it's only going to get a little tougher over the next few years, isn't it? Our aches and pains?
The hill gets a little steeper.
All right, it gets a little steeper. All right. So you used to be a big CW guy, big CW and a big home brewer. I remember you used to build these big amplifiers, and you'd get these.
59 of them.
You built 59 amps. I remember coming over your house, and I don't know how you kept your kids from getting electrocuted. You had a bunch of kids there.
Yeah, I had eight
kids there, and let me tell you, he would take a pole pig transformer, guys. This is the transformer that's up on the pole, out back that I think it steps down maybe 7,000 volts to 220, and Bill would take that transformer and take it out of the can, I think, and he'd turn it around backwards, and he'd put 110 or 220 into it, and he'd get 7,000 volts out, man.
Yeah. I'm still carrying the scars from some of them.
Still having the scars, huh? Well, let me tell you, that was an easy way to get the power.
Yeah. Took a lot of work, but...
I imagine the transformer weighed 50 or 75 pounds, didn't it?
75 pounds.
So you were a big CW operator then, but now you said you operate more some of the sideband nets?
Sideband net, yeah. I don't get on CW much anymore. My hands ain't what they used to be.
Well, I don't do CW a lot, but I can still do it. I think once you learn it, you can keep. I bet you can do CW today.
Riding a bicycle. Like riding a bicycle.
Probably do it today. Oh, man. So, well, let's see now. So what kind of radio are you using right now on sideband?
I've got a Kenwood 530S.
Okay. That's a good radio. And you're up in Munford, Tennessee.
Right.
Cool. Now, you're going to have to tune in the show, not this Tuesday night, but probably one Tuesday night soon, and we're going to see this interview on our show. Have you got an email on QRZ or something?
WA5AVO@gmail.com.
Okay. I'll send you an email when we're going to have this on the show, and you can tune in.
All right. I'll be glad to. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, I lost track of you for 40 years, and I think I found you here maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I looked for you 7, 8, 9 years ago. I put out some inquiries on the internet to people down. I thought you might have been down in Louisiana or somewhere. I'd heard.
I've been in Louisiana. I've been Mississippi, Georgia, Arkansas. Well, of course, I started in Arkansas, but
so I put out some inquiries, but nobody came back. I couldn't find you, and I ran into him here. I did you change your call for a while, or not? You always been WA5AVO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was N5BEG for a short time.
That might have been when I was looking for you, because I don't think your call was showing up anywhere, and I don't know.
Yeah, I was N5BEG for like 3 years.
You know, you remember this? I came over your house one day, and in our town we have cottonwood trees that are like 120 feet tall, big old cottonwood trees. And we were out in the backyard of your house putting up antennas, and we had a hydrogen-filled balloon.
Yep.
We had a hydrogen-filled balloon, and we were going to use that to take the antenna wires over the tree. And I think you had a tool bag or something tied to it, if I remember, to keep it from floating away. And here's where it gets hazy. I think some kids got out or something and untied it. I think we might have lost that balloon.
We did for a fact. We did for a fact.
Now, another story comes back to me, Bill. That car, did it have bullet holes in it?
Yeah, I had one that did.
You had a car, okay. I heard about this. It may not have been that car, but you had a car with bullet holes in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I hope you
went crazy one time, just started practicing.
Started practicing on the car with a gun. I was going to say, I hope you got away without any injuries there. Oh, wow. You know, Bill and I went to Jonesboro one day. I don't know if you remember this. I drove you over to Jonesboro. We went over to get some Mars equipment. You remember that?
Right.
You had a good memory. I remember 3 things. This is it. And we came back, and I think I took a Gibson Girl transmitter home.
That one there, I don't remember.
Gibson Girl, but you know what a Gibson Girl's transmitter is, don't you?
No.
Okay, it was a little yellow transmitter. They put between your knees, and you turn the crank.
Oh yeah.
You turn the crank, and it sends SOS. You know.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it had a box kite with it. I think it was for if you went down in the ocean. It had a box kite with it, and the radio had a little door that opened up, and it had a spool of wire for the antenna.
Right.
And that box kite would take the antenna up in the air. Right. Or it came with one or two hydrogen balloons. I think it came with 2 canisters that generate hydrogen.
Right.
You remember? Okay.
Right.
And that's probably what we used to put your antenna wire over that tree. It was a hydrogen balloon, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, you take this can, stick it down in water, and it bubbles, and it makes hydrogen and fills your balloon up to hold your antenna up. Right. And you know, I sent one of those balloons off at high school with a postcard on it saying, if you find this, mail it back to me. It had I think a 2-cent stamp on it, and that thing hadn't come back yet. So I don't know where that balloon is, man. Oh man.
Been a lot of water running under the bridge since then.
Maybe someday somebody will find it, you know. Oh well, Bill, hey, it's been good talking to you, man, and we'll see you here next year.
God willing.
Yeah,
God willing.
All right. We'll see you later, Bill. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Tom.